Arsenal versus Manchester United, absolutely the biggest game of the week. We're looking forward to this one, and it's going to be a very, very crazy game because Manchester United currently with Carrick is in form, and Arsenal under Arteta is in an incredible run. I think a lot of persons will argue that they are the best club in Europe, right? Although when you talk about the style of football, they've proven it. They're beating Inter Milan in the Champions League 3-1, 2 goals from Gabriel Jesus and one from Gyökeres. So we can arguably say that Arsenal are the best team in Europe. But a lot of persons will want to argue that. Welcome, guys, to another exciting video. If this is the first time we're seeing this channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Now let's jump into this game. There are a lot of games in the weekend, though, but Arsenal Manchester United is the biggest game, that we might want to look into. And you all know that in the Manchester derby last week, right? Manchester United got the win, 2-0, and it was an incredible win for them because obviously Manchester City, they are not the team. Bodo Glimt beat them in the Champions League. Was it 3-1? Yeah, 3-1. And you might want to say that means what Manchester United did was not so special, right? But then, whether you like it or not, they played a very, very fantastic football on that particular day, beating Manchester City. So you would also want to look at them and say, oh, these guys, they are serious. And in case you don't know, Arsenal is first on the table. Everybody knows that. Then Manchester United is fifth, right? They have 35 points. And if they beat Arsenal come Sunday, they have the chance of going above Liverpool to fourth. So even Manchester United worst season is still looking somehow good for them. That's why when I see a lot of their fans complain, I wonder why they complain, because you guys are fifth on the table. You are above Chelsea. Beat Arsenal come Sunday, you go above Liverpool, right in the mix for the Premier League. So, and you guys are playing just 40 games this season. I think it should be 39 by now, right? Manchester United. So you don't have so much to do. Manchester United can even go as far as winning the league as it stands. But looking at this game against Arsenal come Sunday, it's going to be a very tactical game. Arsenal, obviously, and Arteta would not want to just budge out, although they're playing at the Emirates. But we all know how careful Arteta can be. Arteta, in these big games, his own philosophy is not to lose them. A lot of the fans are like, these are games that we should go and win. When they played against Liverpool, when they played against Manchester City, even when they played against Chelsea in the league, and they drew. A lot of persons will say these are games that Arsenal should go and win, but Arteta is always very protective when it comes to these big sides. He always wants to get at least a point from the game, and I think this Manchester United game is no different from the other big six game Arteta has played. He would still want to make sure that even though Arsenal is not winning this, then they should not lose it. And will you not look at it in a way where you would say that Manchester United can stand a chance? Right, because if you look at the way they played against Manchester City, they played counter-attack football, and that's what we know Manchester United. That's what we used to know Manchester United for, But Amorim come in and destroyed the whole thing. Now, Carrick is back with the Manchester United mentality, and they are playing that style of football. If they do the same thing against Arsenal, because I believe Arsenal will be having a lot of the ball in this game, and Manchester United with the likes of Mbeumo, Ahmad, and Bruno Fernandes, the attack is going to be incredible. I really don't know who's going to be up. Maybe Sesko, or maybe, I don't know. He might want to play Mbeumo up top while he brings in maybe Cunha or something. There's a way Carrick does his thing, but let's see how it goes in this game. But personally for me, I think Arsenal would not want to lose this game. And Manchester United will feel like they stand a chance of winning this game. Because when you look at the league, Arsenal have dropped points in their last 2 games. They drew their last 2 games, and Manchester United obviously have 3 draws in 5, but then they won their last game against Manchester City, which is a good feat for them. So personally for me, I would not want to give a very crazy prediction, but I see Manchester United having a chance of winning this game because it's an open game. I'm trying to check some of the stats. It's an open game, and I think Manchester United stand a chance of winning this game if they play exactly the way they played against Manchester City. That game against Manchester City was absolute domination, although it was at Old Trafford, so you would want to excuse Manchester City. And Manchester City lost to Bodo Glimt, so you might want to say they are not in the form of their life, having problems with their defense. But nevertheless, you would still want to give credit to Manchester United because like I said, the way they played that game was incredible. So let me know your prediction, guys. Do you think Manchester United can stop Arsenal from going away with the Premier League, or you feel Arsenal might be too heavy for Manchester United to deal with, and they will get the win on the day. I would love to give my prediction for that particular game, although I think I will just drop prediction for the rest of the games this week. But I think this game against Manchester United is going to be a very, very tight game. There will be goals in this game because I see Arsenal scoring and I see Manchester United scoring as well. It's going to be like a tight 2-2 draw. I see a 2-2 draw. And the reason I'm picking the draw is because I know Arsenal would not want to lose. Arsenal can do anything in this world but lose. They would rather, like I said, Arteta would rather take a draw than to lose to Manchester United. But Manchester United on a day can do the job, right? Because I actually want them to do this. I want them to do the job. So let me know your prediction in the comment. And like I said, please guys, subscribe if this is the first time you're seeing this channel. But let's jump right into other games. We have games like West Ham versus Sunderland. I think it's going to be a straight win for Sunderland. I don't see West Ham. They are in a very, very poor form this season. And I think Sunderland is actually very strong this season. And I think they are going to win that one. We have Fulham versus Brighton. This is actually a very, very tough game. Right? Fulham Brighton is actually a very tough game. I see a draw in that game. We have Burnley, Tottenham. Tottenham coming up for the back of their win in the Champions League. I think against Borussia Dortmund. I see them picking up the win in this game. 2-0. We have Man City, Wolves. Man City would want to bounce back from this. So Wolves, I sorry, Nafigo collect like 5 or 6 or 7-0 for this game. Because Man City coming out from the back of the derby loss, then to the Champions League loss, they would want to put it on somebody, and I know they will put it on you guys. So, Wolves, sorry, Manchester City win. We have Bournemouth, Liverpool. That's a very, very strong game. If Liverpool can win this game, then I can boldly say they are back. And I think Liverpool would win this 2-1. Then we have Crystal Palace, Chelsea. All the games this week, they are very, very tough. I can't lie. They are very tough. Crystal Palace, Chelsea. That's a very, very tough game. I see a draw in that game because I don't think Chelsea have that fluidity under this new manager. They are still struggling. So what they did against Paphos in the Champions League, although they created a lot of chances, but not being able to, score against a Paphos side. Crystal Palace are a very strong defensive side. So I think it's going to be a very, very tight game. I don't see Chelsea losing, and I don't see Crystal Palace losing as well. So it's going to be a draw. We have Newcastle, Aston Villa, one very tough game. Aston Villa winning 1-0 away in the Europa League. Newcastle winning 3-0 in the Champions League. Big result for both teams. This is actually very, very tight. Newcastle playing at home. I see Newcastle winning this because I don't feel Aston Villa have been very impressive in the league so far, although they are sitting third on the table. And is it third or second? And but their wins are not really, really convincing. It's either they're scoring last minute goal games. You see, they lost to Everton last week out. I think 1-0. And I think Newcastle would be too much for them to handle. We have Brentford, Nottingham Forest. I see a very tight game here, but I see a 3-2 Nottingham Forest win. Then obviously the Arsenal Manchester United, I said before, a draw. Then we have Everton Leeds. This is actually a very big game. You would not want to rule out Leeds in any way you can, but Everton proving that they're a very good side, beating Aston Villa 1-0 last weekend. I think Everton is going to get the win 2-1 here. Let me know your prediction in the comment, guys. And if this is the first time you're seeing this channel, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.